You can buy a Ferrari for the price of a brand new BMW, seriously. Think about that for a second. A real Ferrari, mid-engine, V8, the badge everyone dreams about. And today, it's under $50,000. At that point, it doesn't even feel real. It feels like you found some kind of cheat code. But here's the uncomfortable truth. This might be one of the worst financial decisions you can make. This is the Ferrari 360 Modena. And I get it. You see one of these and your brain instantly switches off logic mode. Because this is not just a car. This is a Ferrari. And that name still carries weight. You don't need to know anything about cars to understand it. People see it, and they react. Even now, over 20 years later, it still turns heads. And honestly, it looks better than a lot of modern cars. Simple, clean, no fake aggression, just proper design. Then you start it. And that's where things get dangerous. A naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V8 that revs high and sounds exactly how a Ferrari should. No fake speakers, no turbo noise, just raw mechanical sound. And yeah, it's addictive. The kind of sound that makes you forgive everything else. And that's exactly the problem, because this car tricks you. It gives you just enough magic to ignore the reality. Let's talk about that reality. First, the gearbox. If you're looking at a cheaper 360, it's probably the F1 transmission. And no, it's not some race-inspired masterpiece. It's clunky, it's slow, and in traffic, it can be genuinely annoying. But the real issue, when it goes wrong, it's expensive, very expensive. Then there's the clutch. These wear out faster than you think, especially if the car wasn't driven properly. And replacing it, that's not a small bill. That's the kind of bill that makes you question your life choices. Then we get to maintenance, and this is where things stop being fun. Timing belt service. On most cars, it's annoying. On a Ferrari, it's a full event. You don't just do it. You prepare for it, financially. Then there are the small things. And this is what people underestimate. Sensors, electronics, random faults. Nothing huge on its own. But together, they slowly drain your wallet and your patience. And here's something people don't like to admit. A cheap Ferrari is usually cheap for a reason. Either it's been neglected, or it's about to need money, or both. So no, you're not outsmarting the market. You're just entering the expensive part of the car's life. But here's where it gets interesting. Because despite all of that, people still buy them. And not just once. They go back for more. Why? Because no normal car gives you this feeling. Not a BMW, not a Mercedes. Not even something faster. There's something about a Ferrari that's different. It's not logical, it's emotional. And that's exactly why it works. You don't buy this car because it makes sense. You buy it because you want to feel something. And this car delivers that. Every time you start it, every time you drive it, every time someone looks at it. But let's be honest. If you're buying this thinking it's a cheap supercar, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. This is not cheap. It's just cheaper to buy. That's a big difference. So the real question is not, can you buy a Ferrari for $50,000? Because you can. The real question is, can you afford to own one? Because those are two completely different things. And if you enjoy this kind of content, real opinions, no fake hype, subscribe. Because we're not stopping here.